All across the world, there's plenty going on at theme parks, new rides, new and improved areas, new food, and so much more. So in this new series on the channel, I'll be sharing all the news and updates from theme parks here in the UK, in Europe, and beyond. And we're going to kick off with some news from And we're going to kick off with some news from beyond, and that is over at Hersheypark in Pennsylvania. They have just opened their new steel hybrid roller coaster called Wildcats Revenge, which, if you didn't already know, was originally a wooden roller coaster manufactured by Great Coasters International, and it was called just Wildcat. Even though Wildcats Revenge has only just opened, it's already had some fantastic reviews due to its intense elements, but also keeping that smoothness. It has a height of 140 feet and it can reach speeds up to 62 miles per hour, so it may not be the fastest roller coaster in the world, but it does include the world's largest underflip element, meaning that it is very different than its predecessor, Wildcat. Wildcats Revenge is now open at Hersheypark, so if you have had a ride on this roller coaster, then let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Some sad news now from over at Disneyland California, because their version of Splash Mountain has now closed forever at the park. If you didn't already know, the version of Splash Mountain at Walt Disney World at Magic Kingdom, that closed back in January, but now after 34 years of operation, on the 31st of May, it finally closed at Disneyland Park in California. But don't fear, because although Splash Mountain may have closed at both parks, Tiana's Bayou Adventure will be opening next year. This will be a follow-up to the events which happened at the end of the movie, so the ride will be a sort of prequel. From the concept art we've seen, I'm very hopeful for this new retheme, but having said that, I am still sad that Splash Mountain is now no longer at both parks. However, you can still experience Splash Mountain over at Tokyo Disneyland. And also, sticking with the Disney parks, it's also recently been confirmed that the dining plans will be returning in 2024. Starting January the 9th, 2024, guests staying at a Disney resort will have the option to add the Disney dining plan. Prices depend on the plan you go for, however for the main dining plan, which includes one quick service meal, one table service meal, one snack and a resort refillable mug, it will be $94, which is quite a big increase compared to pre-COVID where it was $78. But having said that, Disney food is amazing, so I would recommend it. Universal Studios Florida celebrated its 33rd anniversary on the 7th of June, and it's safe to say there's a lot going on at their Orlando parks. There's Epic Universe, which is set to open in 2025, but in the meantime, they are currently creating a new land called Illumination Avenue. This is basically just Minion Land. Here you'll find Minion Mayhem, a new Minion Cafe which will be replacing Universal's classic Monsters Cafe, a popcorn stand with banana flavoured popcorn, and then there's also the Illumination Theatre, which will allow guests to meet Illumination characters such as the Minions and the characters from Sing. But one of the main new additions to this land will be the Illumination's Villain Con Minion Blast. This will be an attraction that combines blasters, a dark ride, and a moving walkway. This new attraction sounds very interesting and very unique. Overall, although I'm not personally a fan of the Minions, it sounds like a fun family area with some really exciting additions that I'm sure will be popular for all guests visiting Universal Orlando. And finally, let's move on to some theme park news from right here in the UK. The reimagined Ghost Train at Thorpe Park has now opened. This was previously Darren Brown's Ghost Train, but this is now an actor-led experience. Ghost Train is one of the UK's longest ride experiences, featuring live actors and multi-sensory effects. Now, I've not had a chance to check this attraction out myself yet, but I'm sure I'll be down at Thorpe Park soon to check it out. So far I've heard mixed reviews, so if you have had a chance to ride it, then let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And finally, over at the Alton Towers Resort, Nemesis Subterra has finally reopened. This ride, which closed back in 2015, has had some changes, but the overall ride and the events that happened during the experience are the same. As with Ghost Train, there has been mixed reviews about Subterra. The main comment is that it's a good filler ride in between all those major coasters the park has. But overall, it's great to see that Alton Towers are heading in the direction that they are going, with all these new dark rides they're introducing, such as the recent Curse at Alton Manor. They are really going hard on the backstories, the theming, and the promotion for these attractions, and it's really great to see. And talking of Nemesis Subterra, there's been more track put in place for the Nemesis rollercoaster, which will be reopening in 2024. And if you want to go check that out, then head on over to the Nemesis observation platform, which is over in Forbidden Valley. So there we have it, some news and updates from the past couple weeks at theme parks. Of course, there's so much happening at theme parks all across the world currently, so it would take me forever to cover it all in one video. So I'll be sure to share more with you in upcoming episodes from the UK, Europe and beyond. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.